Hi, my name is Elise Vanas, and I am a senior in the Puppet Arts program here at UConn. Today I'm here to talk about my project Remnants, which is funded by the UConn Idea Grant Program. Thank you very much. Remnants follows the story of a girl living in a post-apocalypse who manifests her loneliness into a physical companion to kind of help her deal with this tough new situation that she's in. She was still alive before the apocalypse, so remembering that, back then when she was with her loved ones is really hard for her, and it makes it hard for her to appreciate this new life that she's in and living on her own. So loneliness is actually a good thing in this piece, because it helps her kind of come to terms with herself and find beauty in this new world that she's in. Ironically, this was pitched before COVID, so I think that the themes are extra relevant today because we are all experiencing physical isolation and living, in a very new world. So that's just kind of interesting. That definitely had a huge influence on my story. And yeah, before the pandemic, this was pitched as a live theater performance. And obviously that can't happen anymore because that's not safe anymore. So a lot of this project was spent trying to figure out how I could still do this in a way that was interesting to me. I'm not somebody who's really into virtual performances, so I knew that I kind of had to really adapt this and change this project. I've always considered myself a writer. That's like kind of the first time I ever made art. I was scribbling stories in the back of my notebooks during class. And I've always wanted to make a book of some sort. And I was like, you know what? This is my chance. I'm going to make a book, however I want to. However, I'm still working with a puppet, right? So I can't just go write a book. So I kind of decided to do a graphic novel sort of deal, except it's photographs of the puppet that I'm building interacting with this live human actor. So it's definitely something very new, something I've never personally seen before, and that's actually really exciting to me. I'm not happy for the pandemic, but I'm glad that I was pushed in this brand new direction, because it's kind of made me grow in a lot of different ways and think outside the box for this project. So I'm gonna have something really unique and interesting and something I'm very proud of by the time I graduate. So that's really, really great. So yeah, this is going to be turned into a graphic novel. It's going to be these images arranged to tell a story with text added into it. And the goal is to have printed versions of this by the time I graduate. So that'll be really cool. And then on the other hand, I'm not just taking these photos to tell a story. I'm also trying to take them to be very aesthetically pleasing, to kind of, when you look at them, portray those general themes that I'm going for. So I'm also going to be displaying some of these prints in the window of the Ballard Institute Museum of Puppetry. So there's also going to be an exhibit of some sort too. So that's very exciting. I'm almost done building the puppet. That's going to be done this week. And then I'm going to be doing the shoots very shortly too, mid-March. And then I'm going to be devoting April to editing these photos and kind of figuring out the exhibit and figuring out how to print out this graphic novel of Remnants. So that is my project. I would like to thank the UConn Idea Grant Program for funding me and giving me all this project guidance. They've been a huge help. I can't stress that enough. I want to thank my advisor, Bartolo Roccoburton. He's the director of the Puppet Arts program here at UConn, and he helped me out a lot with being the mentor of my project, and my performers, my team members, Alyssa Matthews, Ian Hoffman, Anthony Solito, and Mackenzie Doss. They've all been immense helps for me because I was doing a lot of this physically alone here in the Puppet Lab, which is hard because I'm used to, before the pandemic, I'm used to this physical community. So they helped out so much with just helping me not feel alone and meeting with me over Zoom, and actually getting this project done with me. So yeah, that's my project. Thank you for listening.